Hi, my name is Shokma. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Shokma. Okay, today the topic is reproduction in organisms. It is the first chapter of second PUC. The chapter name is reproduction in organisms. Okay. In this chapter, we'll see the some basic concepts, definitions, and formula. Okay, it is one of the introduction chapter for second year PUC. Basing on this chapter concepts, we'll go with second and third chapters. Okay, in the second PUC, we'll see the some definitions and concepts in this chapter. Okay, what is reproduction? Reproduction is the process of procreating the new ones. Reproduction is the process it is the process it is the process to produce the new organisms new organisms is called reproduction is the process procreating the new organisms or to produce the new organisms is called reproduction is helps the continuation of the species for a generation of the generation. Reproduction helps the continuation of the species for generation after generation after generation. Okay, reproduction is a process. It is helps in the continuation of the species for generation of the generation. Reproduction is nothing but the production of the new organisms. Reproduction is two types. One is sexual reproduction, another one is the asexual mode of reproduction. Reproduction is two types. One is sexual reproduction, another one is asexual reproduction. We will see the differences between sexual and asexual reproductions. Differences between sexual and asexual mode of reproduction. In sexual reproduction, two parents are involved. Involvement of two parents. In asexual reproduction, single parent is involved. Okay, the two parents, one is a male parent, another one is female parent. These two parents are involved in the formation of the gametes. Okay, they will produce the gametes. They don't produce the no gamete production. No gametes are formed in the asexual reproduction. In the sexual reproduction, female parent will produce the ova, male parent will produce the sperm. Okay, these are called as the gametes. These are fused to form a zygote and it will leads to the embryo. Further, it develops into a individual organism. Okay, this is the process in sexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, there is no production of the gametes. Directly, the organism splits into the two individual new individuals, two younger ones. Okay, here the variation is takes place. Variation. Okay, here there is no variation occurs. What is variation? Variation is nothing but the differences between the parents to the new individuals. Okay, there is a huge difference in sexual mode of reproduction. There is no difference between the parents to the offspring or new individuals. Okay, they are morphologically and genetically similar in asexual reproduction. Okay, morphologically and genetically similar. morphologically and genetically similar in this asexual mode of reproduction. Those the individuals which are morphologically and genetically similar with their parents is called clones. Okay, in this term you have to use the clones. It is one of the important definition. Okay, clones are nothing but morphologically and genetically similar individuals. Here there is no clones are formed because here the variation is takes place. Okay, the variation is leads to the evolution. Okay, evolution. Here morphologically and genetically dissimilar with their parents. Here dissimilar with the parents. Here some important points in between the sexual and asexual mode of reproduction. In sexual reproduction, two parents are involved. They will produce the gametes. These gametes fuse to form a zygote. The zygotes leads to an individual organism. Here the individuals which are formed by the parents, these are dissimilar, like morphologically and genetically these are dissimilar with their parents. In asexual reproduction, only single parent will produce the will not produce the gametes. The single parent is going to divide and it will produce the two daughter cells. There is no formation of the gametes, and genetically and morphologically these individuals are similar with their parents. Those individuals morphologically and genetically similar is called as a clones. Clones are nothing but morphologically and genetically similar individuals. Okay, next we will see the some key terminology in this chapter. What is a lifespan? Lifespan is nothing but the period in between the birth to the natural death. The period between birth to natural death is called lifespan of an organism. Lifespan is varies from organisms to the organisms. You may not decide the organism is size is less means it having a very less lifespan. No, it's not correct. Even if you see the parrot will live around 140 years when compared with a dog. Dog will live only 30 to 30 years around. Okay, we'll see the some examples of lifespans of different animals, like elephants. Elephant is live around 100 years. Parrot 140 years. Tortoise 150 years. Banyan tree is lives around nearly 300 years. The dogs up to 30 years. Okay, the crow is around 15 years. Okay, the crocodile is around 120 years. Crocodile. Okay, up to 90 years. Okay, these are the different lifespans of different animals. For example, if you see, elephant lives around 100 years, parrot lives around 140 years, tortoise lives around 150 years, banyan tree up to 300 years. Dog will having only 30 years of lifespan. Okay, the crow is having 15 years, the crocodile up to 90 years. These are the different lifespans of different animals. Okay, the lifespan not depend on their size. Okay, for example, if you see the unicellular organisms, there is a no death of unicellular organisms. That's why unicellular organisms are called as a immortal. Okay, what is immortal? Immortal is nothing but there is a no death of that individuals. Immortal, this is the one of the term. Immortal is nothing but no death, okay, of that individuals. The examples of immortals are unicellular organisms. Unicellular organisms. The examples of unicellular organisms are bacteria, euglena, and paramecium. Okay, these are the unicellular organisms. These are immortal, means there is a no death of this individual. Okay, and next we will see the some important various types which are occur in asexual mode of reproduction. The types of asexual mode of reproduction in animals. Okay, types of asexual mode of reproduction. This is budding, binary fission, cell division, regeneration, zoospores, and conidia. Yes, these are the different types of asexual mode of reproduction in first PUC syllabus. Okay, what is cell division? For example, if you see the Monera and Protista organisms, the single cell divides to give a two individual daughter cells. The examples of cell division is Monera and Protista. Monera and Protista. Okay, I already told now this is one of the introduction. Okay, we have to know the key terms and concepts and definition of this chapter. Okay, I am not going in detail about these processes. Further class I will explain each and every steps involved in the asexual mode of reproduction. Okay, first of all we have to know about only definition and concepts. What I told, cell division is nothing but the splitting of single cell organisms into two daughter cells. These are mainly seen in Protista and Monera. Okay, next one is budding. Budding you generally seen in yeast. Okay, the single parent, the outgrowth is formed. This outgrowth takes a copy of a genome. This outgrowth grows into and detaches from the parent body. It leads into a new organism. This is called budding. Binary fission is mainly seen in amoeba and paramecium. Okay, binary fission, it is one of the simplest division. Here the parent body invaginates and it will splits into a two daughter cells. In this the entire cytoplasmic contents get doubled. The DNA is also get replicated and to form a two daughter cells. It is what we call binary fission. Regeneration is mainly seen in planaria. Planaria, if you cut the planaria into so many parts, each part is developed into a individual planaria. Okay, it is called regeneration. Regeneration is nothing but if you cut the planaria into so many parts, each part develop into a new individual organism is called regeneration. Regeneration is mainly seen in planaria. Next one is zoospores and conidia. Okay, zoospores are the asexual mode of motile spores. Motile spores means these will move or these will spread all over the parts of the land, and whenever the favorable conditions is there, these motile zoospores are developed into the new individual organism. Motile zoospores. Okay, the non-motile spores are called conidiospores. Conidiospores. This is mainly seen in penicillium. Okay, penicillium. Next one is, last one is gimmules. Gimmules is the okay, these are the birds which are present in inside the body. Whenever the favorable conditions is there, the birds are coming out of the parent body, which will develop into the new individual organisms. Okay, these are the different types of the asexual mode of reproduction. In this chapter, first of all, we have to know about what is the terminology and what are the small concepts in this chapter. Further only you will get to know about what is the in detail explanation in human reproduction as well as the plant reproduction and reproductive health. It is one of the basic chapter. In this chapter you will get one neat mark question as well as a 5 marks question in the state board syllabus. Okay, thank you everybody. Okay, we'll go further next class. Thank you.